Geometry Dash is a game with millions upon millions of players from all around the world. Despite the massive size of the GD community, its history and the people who made it are decently well recorded, giving modern players the ability to enjoy the game's past. But every so often, puzzle pieces in the game's chronicles may go without proper recognition or may remain lost in the eyes of the community. Today, we'll take a look at one of these under-recognized puzzle pieces, a community that was very impactful in Geometry Dash's past, but has since become a fading memory, the community that Geometry Dash forgot. Especially if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may know that online forums have historically been extremely important to the development of the Geometry Dash community. While today we may rely on YouTube, Discord, or God forbid, Twitter for our interactions within the community, there was a time in the game's past where forums such as Touch Arcade, Naver, and others were one of the easiest ways to meet and chat with other GD players. Although such forums have become relatively obsolete in recent times, it's still important to recognize the important role they played in helping grow the game and preserving some of its history. And indeed, in recent years, Geometry Dash historians have combed through and documented these forums, making videos, finding gems of the game's past, and shining light on what they meant and still mean to the community. However, despite this coverage, one of these forums, well perhaps one of the most important, has been hidden from the limelight. On July 30th, 2021, a GD player named Nexterry uploaded a video on YouTube showing a save file that they had found on a Geometry Dash forum. This save file was from extremely early in the game's history, and as such, it contained a lot of what I would call historical gems, a preserved snapshot of GD from its very beginnings. Perhaps most notably, the file contained a level called Jump Frenzy, created by none other than RobTop himself, which had an ID of 120, making this level older than the current oldest levels up on the servers. Of course, this is a significant discovery in and of itself, but it also says a lot about the importance of the site it came from, a forum called 4PDA. 4PDA, or 4PDA-RU, is an online platform that serves many purposes, from allowing the user to post their opinions about something, to viewing articles in other media, to leaving reviews about different things. But for our purposes, the most important feature 4PDA has to offer is that of the forum. Forums are places where people with a common interest can discuss that interest, share their ideas and achievements, and just chat with other people about the topic. Naturally, there was bound to be discussion about video games, and as a result, a Geometry Dash community appeared on 4PDA. In this forum, new players discussed their achievements, such as finally beating one of the main levels. In addition, the ability to upload files is what made the discovery of the save file containing Jump Frenzy to be possible. But besides the save file, is there really anything from the 4PDA forum that's worth discussing? Well, the answer is yes. Although we may not find someone's simple comment about Stereo Madness to be very useful, we can observe the importance of this forum by looking at the creations of the members themselves. For instance, with the use of the Better Info mod, we can see that the early levels Theory of Infinity and Demon Jumper V2 were made by a green user by the name of 4PDA Civalve. This username denotes their involvement within the 4PDA community, much like the inclusion of GW in a player's name denoted their participation on the GW Naver forum. Another level, named Give Tour, was created by someone with the simple name 4PDA, another reference to the forum. And yet another level, called Time Machine x3, was created by a member of the 4PDA community named Critic. This level is actually part of the Magma Pack, being honored as one of the game's best levels of its early days. But perhaps the most impactful level creator that was a member of the 4PDA forum was a player named Liad. Although they've long since left the GD community, Liad was one of the most influential people in the 4PDA community, with an impressive 52 creator points. Most notably, Liad was responsible for the creation of several map pack levels, including Lights and Thunder, widely regarded as one of the best starter demons for newer players. Liad's levels served and continue to serve as some of the first levels one might play when picking up the game, making them important in shaping the new player's understanding of the game. This on its own shows the importance of Liad's creations, and thus the importance of the 4PDA forum. So, while the Geometry Dash forum on 4PDA may not be the most well-covered example of Geometry Dash history, it certainly is an important one, and more than certainly worth discussing. And by looking at communities like these, not only can we find bits of the game's past, but we can also better understand who helped shape Geometry Dash into what it is today.